This week's Real Estate Real Talk, most millennials are in their prime home buying years. And as we know, though, inflation has kind of made affording a home a little more difficult. Los Angeles Realtor Keri White back with us today on a study this time, Keri, that finds millennials, no matter what, determined to find a way to get it done.
Right. Isn't that fun? Millennials, we're such a determined little group of people, aren't we? Huge group of people, actually.
So in this first part, you have to explain how inflation has affected home buying plans for millennials out there.
So in a nutshell, home buying plans have been impacted. Millennials have been impacted by 92% of them. So basically every single millennial who has had plans to buy a home has been impacted by inflation, rising interest rates. So a lot of the millennials are changing their plans. 59% of them are saving more for a home. 36% of them are paying more for a home than they thought that they would. 28% of them are delaying their plans. 26% they're buying a fixer-upper where they didn't want to, or they're getting a smaller home. So you're seeing millennials plowing ahead, like you said, but they're making adjustments to their search.
Okay, so that makes sense. Of course, we talked about mortgage rates a lot with you over the past few months, but it's important to stress that the days of 3 and 4%, those are probably over, would you say?
Right. And, with mortgage rates, I don't know who talks about it more, the media, real estate agents, lenders, like what are the millennials really saying about mortgage rates? And the thing is, we have to understand, as we've talked about many times on here, that the 3% interest rate wasn't normal, and it was done to help fight the pandemic and to bring up the economy. So those days were just a short-lived time period. 5 to 6% interest rate is just going to be the new normal, and it's still historically lower than it's ever been in history.
I think that's where people have a misunderstanding, that it is lower than you actually think.
Yeah, 100%. So everyone's still getting adjusted to it. And what happens is when people finally do, it's too late because a lot of the smart ones are already ahead of the curve and just getting on with their home buying plans.
Now, the biggest question here for people out there, millennials that want to save for a house with rates as they are, where they are, how are millennials saving for that coveted down payment?
Yes, it really goes into savings, and you can see this all across the board with consumerism in general, of what people are spending less on with travel and food and things like that. So people are saving more of each paycheck. They're just being more disciplined. That's about 50%. We have 45% that are cutting back on non-essential spending, which is so much of our lives, really, like the extra pair of shoes, getting your nails done, seeing movies, things like that. 38% are finding another way to make money, which I love. I love that entrepreneurial spirit. 32% are finding a higher paying job. It seems like, the easiest thing to do in all reality, but it isn't so much. 24%, this one I think we can all relate to, moving in with family. So if they can't get a job increase and they still want to live a lavish lifestyle, maybe they'll just go move in with mom and dad and get them to cook them breakfast. 21% are investing, maybe crypto stock, and 13% are not paying their other bills. They're just keeping their debt in place so they can save money to put towards a down payment.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel like that extra income, that is so super helpful. A lot of people doing that nowadays.
Yes, very true. Candle companies and people are selling all sorts of things. Uber, Turo, we're a creative crew, us millennials.
All right, you guys, thanks so much, Keri. You can follow on Instagram at Keri Ann, of course, and always subscribe to her YouTube channel, Keri White Real Estate. Thanks again.